This one's probably a little divisive. I'm probably going to get yelled at, and I don't care. I really don't care. I've already been yelled at Twitter or by Twitter. Probably by Twitter and on Twitter. Here's the thing. I'm wearing this All-Star jersey right now. There's no All-Star game this year, but we got a Four Nations Cup. Personal pet peeve, everybody, stop calling it best on best. It's not best on best. It's the best of these four nations. Leon Draisaitl will be on a beach. This is not best on best hockey. That said, All-Star games are soft. Is this going to be soft? I don't know. Probably not. I think your national pride kicks in. I think your ability to want to win kicks in. I don't think we're going to be calling anybody a 5-time gold medalist because they won the Four Nations Cup or something. You know what I mean? I'm an Oilers fan. I want the Oilers to win the Stanley Cup. Peter Angelo's getting a lot of heat right now for, skipping out or, wanting rest or what have you. I understand there's a penalty that you've got to be suspended for the game after the All-Star game if you choose not to be in it. Whether that applies, I don't know. Maybe that's a separate argument. I don't have a single solitary issue with Peter Angelo sitting out this tournament. He's got the Vegas Knights in mind. That's where his head's at. He's got a Stanley Cup in mind. So call me crazy, but I don't want any Oiler player at the Four Nations Cup. None of them. I think it'd be crazy to think that we could have a possible injury or maybe even end up against Vegas in the playoffs and then get beat by a fresh team because they had their team in mind instead of this tournament in mind. I'd rather none of the Oilers played. Ryan, call me crazy.
I had to call you crazy once tonight. I'll call you crazy on this one. I think that anytime that your country calls you and you get the opportunity and the honor of playing for your country, and granted, this isn't the Olympics, it's a subpar event compared to that. But anytime you get the call from your country to put on the maple leaf, I would say go and do it, right? What an opportunity. Lots of guys would kill for that opportunity, and Pietrangelo just like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't love it. I totally understand what you're saying, but a guy could slip on the sidewalk and break his ankle or pull a groin or something, right? You get injured in any hockey game that you play in, get hurt at practice. There's a risk in stepping outside every day. So you got to live your life a little bit too. So I get the rest thing, but I'm okay with a guy like McDavid playing in the Four Nations.
Okay. I don't mind that. If we're quick on these ones, I might be able to slip in another statement about Rantanen. So it depends. You guys get long-winded. We're going to just end here, but we can get to Rantanen if you want. Hint, Michael. Michael, call me crazy, but I don't want any Oiler to play in the Four Nations Cup.
Crazy. And is there really a risk to stepping outside, Ryan? We have
in Edmonton there is.
Scared here.
If you play men's league,
hey, look, I could care less about the tournament in some ways. Am I going to enjoy the hockey? Hell yeah, I'll enjoy it and I'll watch it. The fact is, the Summit Series was not best on best. That was, the Soviets coming through the NHL and guys were people were into it. I mean, I wasn't old enough to watch it, but that sort of thing has happened over time and various different things. Hockey is hockey. I'll enjoy it. The women are coming here for that series, the Canada-US series. I'll go watch that game. That's good hockey. Right. And I'm always up for watching good hockey. I'm excited about seeing Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby on the same ice. I'm excited about seeing Cale Makar and Connor McDavid and McKinnon. I think, this is not the Canadian team I would have picked, but the players that I want to see play together are going to be out there. I'll watch every game. If Canada loses, I'm not going to feel it's not going to be the same as if Canada loses, say, the Olympics or the the pain in my chest that comes from losing the World Juniors or something like that. But I'm happy to see McDavid. If he bowed out though, I'll just say I'd support him 100%.
Yep. Well said. Call me crazy, Patrick.
I'm going to have to call you crazy on this one. Yeah, I think it's really important to guys like McDavid, and to Michael's point, McDavid's first chance to play with Crosby. It's not the Olympics yet, and Crosby should still be good for the Olympics too, but maybe something happens and they can't do it. So I think it's really important to them. So I think for that argument that it's important that they play in this. And yeah, there's always the risk of injury, and I would be fine as well if all of the Oilers backed out and didn't want to play in the tournament. I'd also support them 100%, but I know that's not going to happen. That McDavid for sure wants to be in this. So yeah, I think it's important, and you can say it's definitely important for the game as well that some of the best players are there at least.
Yep. I would say I'm going to point out a comment from Ace96, one of my boys from the Nasty Chat. The Oilers in 1987 won both the Stanley Cup and the Canada Cup. So, sometimes that type of momentum can potentially follow through into the rest of the regular season, or, maybe you get a bit of confidence if you needed it. That said, it doesn't change my opinion. Bob the goalie, call me crazy.
Clean sweep on the board on the crazy train here, Dash. Yep. You actually touched on it now too. Confidence. A term like this would give guys confidence too, especially guys that got picked that may not even have didn't feel they might get picked. That automatically they're playing in confidence already because they're pumped they got chosen for this team. How they do in the tournament, how they play against this opposition can give them confidence. Also, you are, I 100% agree that it's not best on best. Second best comment you've made today, Dash. But it was, but they're still really great hockey players, and you're learning from these guys as well. And you're learning how to play with them. You're picking up stuff, the habits they have, and what have you. I mean, we say it time and again, they'll be sharing the ice, not just the ice with Sidney Crosby, but they'll be sharing the dressing room. I mean, just to bounce ideas off him, to chat with him, and just kind of see what he's like in the dressing room, his presence. There's no way you're not gaining something positive out of that.
That's a perspective I never thought of. So I'll give you some credit back for some genius there too. McDavid sitting across from Crosby and asking him what it took to get over the hump or get over the edge just might be that advice we needed. So, I think ultimately I'm probably crazy. And if the hockey's on, I will enjoy it. I just, if I'm not acting entitled, like I was called on Twitter, if this is our year, why risk it? Why risk it?